name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is July 17, 2025. It is, what time is it? 5:26. So let's go on Twitter. I'm continuing recording. I just record this by itself. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna play it again. It's almost 2 minutes. It's regarding Oprah and the Sussexes about a duck story. Oprah, Harry, Meghan, and the ducks. This is so cutely funny. Alright, let's listen.
Nobody knows the story.
Okay.
So I get a call from Harry, Prince Harry, on Easter Saturday. And he says, sorry to bother you, but we have a duck problem here. Some baby ducks, a duck had come into their yard and had laid the eggs and had these ducks, like 8 other chicks. And he says, our pond is a stream. We don't have a pond, so can we bring the ducks over to your pond? And I said, sure, but could you wait, because Gail's grandkids were there. Kirby was there with her family. I said, wait until I can get the kids down to the pond to come to see you put the ducks in the pond. So he goes, no, we're coming right away. We're coming over. Okay. So we have the kids all waiting for the ducks to come to the pond. Harry pulls up and I say, no, the pond is that way. He opens the door. He goes, what? Which way? I go, pond is that way. And as he opens the door, the mama duck flies out. And he's got all the baby ducks in a box. So he goes, oh no, the mama duck has flown away. Then we're chasing the mama duck who's in the front yard and has flown to the other side. We've got her ducks. Harry's running after, Meghan gets out, she's running after, chasing the mom and trying to get the mom to come back for their ducks. And for like a half an hour, we're running around with the ducks in the box and we're all, and we have video. It's the funniest thing I've ever
Stars,
seen.
they're just like us. I mean, I would have been like,
the kids are down there going, where are the ducks? Where are the ducks?
The kids just want to see the ducks. Listen, those ducks also hit the jackpot. They're like, wait a minute. We show up at Prince Harry's house and now we're at Oprah's? Excuse me.
We're in Oprah's pond.
Yeah, that duck knew what it was doing when it laid its eggs.
And your furry chicken would have had it.
Okay, so that was Kelly Ripa. One thing that came to mind as I was listening to this recording again, this is like several times I've listened to it, but while I'm recording here, editing, and it crossed my mind that Harry, his position with African Parks, I think he's part of the board members. Okay, so African Park is an organization that's in Africa. What they do is that they conserve Africa's natural heritage by taking on long-term management of national parks and protected areas in partnership with governments and local community. Their goals, I'm reading from the screen, okay? Their goal is to ensure ecological, social, and financial sustainability within these areas. They achieve this through a public-private partnership model, investing in parks infrastructure and working with local communities to create jobs and economic opportunity. So it just crossed my mind. Okay, some of you might know there were some issues with African parks. I haven't come across anything like an update. That's because these people are making things up, usually trying to destroy his work. But anyway, I don't want to go too much with the African parks. But as I was listening to the audio again several times, and African parks came to mind, the way Harry was trying to get the ducks to a better place. That's all. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording. So this was just extra, playing it again. All right, the next tweet. I'm just going to leave this here. A tale of two brothers, the heir Prince William and the spare Prince Harry. All right, so there's Williams family. I guess this is royal duty. Watching the game. Look at what's this kid? The heir looks like he's bored. Alright, there's Harry doing his part of the thing. I mean, that's not his work to do what William is doing, so he's doing the thing that he care about. So there they are here. OMG, that boy must have been sweltering in that suit. They really need to let up on that suit and tie, rule in the box, at least for kids. I wouldn't have brought my son there to suffer for APTS because it's clear it wasn't his idea. He was bored AF. Yeah, look at his face here. Yeah, I think he's more into football. Harry continued to serve and honoring his mother, Willy Boy, the grifter, and family enjoying tennis under the hot sun. KKK, the cancer card holder, sends hat or protection. Strange for recovering cancer patient, too sick to work but not for vacation in Wimbledon. Okay, is that Chris Everett behind George? Okay, maybe. There's that genuine question. Why does George never look happy? I remember when he was a little boy with a big smile. He just looks sad and angry all the time. Alright, let's leave that alone. Next tweet. But in past Wimbledon, did William come or is it only Kate? Okay, whatever. King Charles finally seek peace. After years of silence and shame, the monarch's team is scrambling to repair relations with Prince Harry. News flash, it's too little too late. The damage is done. Meghan was right to escape the toxicity. Alright, let's thank William for that because he was the one who kicked them out. Harry and Meghan were willing to stay. Alright, keep that in mind.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there.
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
Alright, King backs Harry peace talk, and this is the Mirror. Okay, they creating headline after headline, and we know now that Harry was in Angola with Halo Trust. And on my last recording, long video, there's one with Oprah that was a very short one. The one before that, Harry was meeting with delegates somewhere in embassy with the president of Angola, you know, for whatever meeting they were talking about. Okay, Harry is doing his own thing, and I said maybe this was a decoy. When over the weekend, when the papers in the UK were talking about Harry's aide was talking to Charles' people. So maybe that was a decoy to keep the papers talk about nonsense. Meanwhile, there's Harry doing his own thing, the important things with the embassy and all of that. Okay, all her friends said Meghan had zero intention of living in Britain. They have said it on record. Well, after what happened, there's no reason for them to go back over there. Meghan had already give her full wholeheartedly to work with them.
But also giving up your career.
This is nice. Yes. But I don't see it as giving anything up. I just see it as a change.
It's a new challenge.
It's a new chapter, right? And also keep in mind, I've been working on my show for 7 years. So we were very, very fortunate to be able to have that sort of longevity on a series. And for me, once we hit the 100 episode marker, I thought, you know what, I have ticked this box, and I feel really proud of the work I've done there. And now it's time to, as you said, work as a team with you. Yeah.
But do you have?
They rejected that. So what else can she give? She's not gonna risk her life for that. Okay, there's 3 comments under that. Okay, which friend exactly? Do you have names? John and Sue. Just look the info up online. Okay, no link. This is made up. Alright, I'm sure a person either no intention of living somewhere, move their pets and even their garden furniture to that place, someone unnamed said to someone else. Yeah, seem legit. I don't know. I think she did it once and that was it. Alright, it was too costly for her. Okay, I will advise Harry to be very careful. Abuser do not change. Don't get sucked back then. Yeah. The fact that this is a headline means King Charles III and his side piece haven't heard a word Prince Harry has said. Accountability, truth, and fairness must exist in order for any relationship with the firm to be possible. Side piece will rather not have that family united against her. Yeah, especially with Harry being the smart one, and then what Harry have said in the past, where Camilla is teaming up with the papers and all of that.
She was the villain. She was the third person in the marriage. She needed to rehabilitate her image.
You and your brother both directly asked your dad not to marry Camilla.
Yes.
Why?
We didn't think it was necessary. We thought that it was going to cause more harm than good, and that if he was now with his person, that surely that's enough. Why go that far when you don't necessarily need to? We wanted him to be happy, and we saw how happy he was with her. So at the time, it was okay.
You wrote that she started a campaign in the British press to pave the way for a marriage, and you wrote, I even wanted Camilla to be happy. Maybe she'd be less dangerous if she was happy.
Mm-hmm.
How was she dangerous?
Because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image.
That made her dangerous.
That made her dangerous because of the connections that she was forging within the British press.
Camilla is very smart and very manipulative. Look where she's at right now. Okay, hate her as much as you want, which I do with what she did to Princess Diana, but she played her card to get where she's at. Long time coming. He talks about peace in the world when there is no peace or harmony in his family. Who does he justify that? Okay, who is this person making reference to? Is it to Harry? But it takes two, okay? It cannot be just one side who wants peace and then you expect peace to happen. It takes two. Harry have reached out. He has done the honorable thing and things like that, but the other side doesn't want to work with him. What can you do? Alright, so Will Charles have a secret meeting with William and his team to request they stop being nasty to Harry and Meghan. Will Charles have secret meeting with his toxic British media and ask them to lay off Harry and Meghan. There's more than just one side allowed to make requests too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It takes two. Harry have done his best and he tried to reach out, but it seems like the father trusts everybody else but his own son. This one somebody tagged me. I think it has to do with the royal rats. Andrea used a WhatsApp text message group with other journalists who covered the royal family for British newspapers and television networks. A group known as the Royal Voda to trash the Telegraph story and say there will be consequences for any outlet that used the information. Something has gone really wrong in the two palaces. They say Harry lied. These kind of threats don't happen and they don't tell the media what to report or how to report it. The leaks WhatsApp messages beg to differ. Okay, it's a bit blurry. Let's see if I could make it up. Okay, as we head to the weekend, is it gentle? Is it general? Okay, gentle. Okay, head to the weekend. A gentle advisory and operational background only, and not for reporting in any form. As some of you may become aware, a publication has this evening published supposed detail of His Majesty the King's bridge plan. While we won't be drawn on the detail or accuracy of the claims, the bridge's plans are not yet finalized and there is no active planning underway outside the entirely outlined business you will all be familiar takes place for all family members. Can we therefore remind all media that the speculation about demise planning is deeply distasteful in normal circumstances, but downright offensive given that His Majesty the King is living with cancer? I'm telling you, that cancer they keep on using, it's like they're punching and then when you punch back they tell you he has cancer and you're not supposed to punch back. If he does, I don't know, these people lie too much. Alright, but downright offensive when that His Majesty the King is living with cancer, continuing with treatment and doing extremely well on it. as you will all have seen from past weeks and months. This sort of article is therefore unconscionable, no matter how sensitively framed. It is also a breach of the clear understanding that in order for us to be able to assist media with operational planning, royal reporters do not write speculative pieces about bridges planning, whatever the source. On that basis, please take your desks and editors aware. On that basis, please make your desks and editors aware that those publications, networks, outlets that follow this story or carry such reports of their own are unlikely to receive assistance in Bridges briefings, regardless of the platform it appears on or the byline on the article. This helps us work with trusted partners in a spirit of mutual support and openness. Thank you for your understanding and hopefully sensitivity. Oh, and P.S. But it's all over Twitter, clickbait.com, etc. is not the excuse or justification some may hope. Is it this paragraph? It seems like they're telling them, okay, if you write about it, you're not gonna know about what that bridge port, what was the name of it, carry such report on their own, likely to receive assistance of Bridges briefing. So they create something that they're gonna be doing, but if you write about the speculation, you're not gonna get brief about the bridge, whatever the bridge is. There's that. This is not what journalism is supposed to be. This is ghastly, in my humble opinion, diabolical and severely improper. I wonder at what point the tabloid end of the voter will start to think that even gleaming the scraps from the table of the Duke and Duchess who shun and exclude them is actually still turning out to be a lot more lucrative than covering a pale-stale constant demand-setting crew. What has prompted this? Let's see here. I will say the meeting with the communication teams left William incandescent with rage. Chuck is pissed at Willy's briefings to his press contacts about the funeral will go down and how he will take command and do things. These people. This proved the British royal family could always control the attacks on Harry and Meghan if they wanted to. The British royal family supported the attacks on Harry and Meghan, just as Harry said in Spare. There's one comment under that. Okay, I cannot see it. Clear evidence here that they do tell the gutter press what to write about them. Harry was always correct. So they could have halted the smearing our faves anything they wanted to, but obviously chose not to. Well, I'll be damned. A lie can't live forever, as accurately stated by Meg Sussex. Chuck and Homila are pissed at Willy's briefings. Okay, let's get to the next one. There's more comment. Let's move on. This has to do with Prince William. I'm just wondering if that text had anything to do with what went on with the summit thing they were talking about, where Prince Harry's team, that lady, went to meet with Charles' team to talk about whatever, the summit. But it seems like they're manufacturing something because the paper want stories. They want anything to write. So the palace, in my humble opinion, is gonna manufacture a story to give to the tabloid to write about. So whatever the manufactured story is, what did they call it on the text? Bridge something. They're gonna make it up. So now the paper's gonna feel like, oh, I want to know what the bridge story is all about. So they're dangling that story for the papers to not talk about whatever it is that they were talking about, so they could give them that manufactured story. I mean, this is a freaking game that these people are playing. It's almost like what's happening in the US right now with the Epstein story. Okay, I haven't reported too much about it because I already know the story. Just go back to some of my old videos. Okay, so now Trump has signed all these executive orders, which is whatever countries who vote those things that Trump signed. Okay, so how will I say that? Did his part of obligation to those people. Not the country, not the US, but whoever wrote those executive orders. It could be the UK, it could be the Middle East, it could be, I don't know, somewhere in Africa, okay, or maybe even Israel. All right, they write all these executive orders because they want to destroy America. This is a different way, a different kind of war. They're doing it right there at the Oval Office. They write it, and now all Trump has to do is sign it. So this is his part of the bargain of the Epstein thing. Now, they were holding the Epstein file or the information, whatever that was going in the Epstein file. All right, you do all of this, you sign all of this, and then now what's happening here? Yesterday, there was some stuff that they were saying about New York Post is going to release something about the Epstein thing. All right, it's nothing. So now that Trump had did his part of the bargain, now they're going to manufacture a story that the Epstein story is nothing. Okay, they got the one person that got people to court, Virginia Giuffre, out of the way. She can no longer speak. Okay, so now they're going to manufacture a story about the Epstein story. Now, the only way the truth will come out about the Epstein is someone from past government of the US have a copy of all of these, and then once Trump is gone, then they could put it out. That's the only way. But right now they're gonna manufacture a story to give to the public, so now all those people that were on the list could feel a little bit good about themselves. The people know a different story, but deep inside everybody knows what was going on. Okay, this is a different type of war that's going on here. Destroy America from within. Just go back to some of my old videos. Okay, I spoke about what is it, Olympus Has Fallen, okay, from within, and I spoke about what's that cartoon, The Incredible. Okay, the only way that bad guy, I forgot the name of it, just look at the screen, could destroy itself, and this is what Trump is doing here, destroy America from within. And what is it, what was another cartoon, Angry Birds. Okay, while people were dancing and doing all these partying, they were stealing their eggs. What Trump was doing with the MAGAs, the hat, give them entertainment, they were stealing their eggs. So this is not new to me. This is why I'm so calm, because I saw it. They were playing everything right in front of us, and they were telling us in different form. I was talking about the golf, live. They were selling American product, entertainment, things that makes what pretty much hold America. They were selling them off. So, and they already disarm America. So when America does get back to its senses, our infrastructure, our defense mechanism, Trump have already destroyed it. We just don't know how much he's already destroyed. But we have a pretty good idea. To defend ourselves, he destroyed that. So let's get back to the original recording. Okay, Platell, Prince William is still furious that the Sussexes then is his work burden. I mean, what's that? I mean, Harry and Meghan are minding their own business. What Harry or the Sussexes has to do with him? Since he was child, he knew all of this was gonna be his. He was the heir. He knew he had that job. So what the Sussexes had to do with anything for him at this point? And he was the one who literally kicked them out. This is a tormented person. He thought the work when Harry and Meghan, well, let's get Meghan out of this conversation completely. When it was just Harry and him and Mambo, Harry make things look easy and fun for them. Okay, they were getting the applaud, the cheers, but it was Harry's work that allowed the people to see what was going on. So now that Harry has his own spouse, and the spouse is, you can tell the paper how, well, obviously I just saw he could tell the paper what to write, but when it's under the umbrella of the institution, it's free range. And they wrote more about Meghan, and he got upset and jealous. And he took it up on himself, William, took it up on himself to kick Harry out. And he thought that limelight, the cheering, the clapping was gonna stay for him. Meanwhile, people's interest was all about Harry. And then, with Meghan marrying Harry, there was extra eyes, extra fan that came along for the royal family. So once those fans, those millions of fans that Meghan had on IG before marrying the institution, Harry, she brought these people in. So once they saw the way you were treating her, because they already had a good relationship with Meghan on social media, I'm talking about the fans, they left along with her. What did you expect? And you're saying here, William is still furious that the Sussexes didn't ease his work burden. Okay, you don't like it, so well, his father is not gone yet. Abdicate, say you don't want it. Oh my God, let's see here. Whatever's here. Let me read bottom up. Here's his work burden. Are you kidding me? He works, what, 3 or 4 hours a month? There's the laugh here. Peggy is on vacation 50 weeks out of 52. There's a slap in the face. What a giant baby. He needs to get over himself. I really feel like this article is an onion piece because the alternative is to believe it is serious article and is too ridiculous for me to accept. Alright, so while Harry and Meghan work, so William and Kate can stay home as much to give their kids a normal upbringing. Who is minding Harry and Meghan's kids? Why has it never occurred to William that the same love and care he is demanding for Kate is all Harry wanted for Meghan? Why is that William and Kate concern are valid but not Harry and Meghan? That's a very good point. Alright, incandescent Willy barely manages to get himself out of bed as it is. How much less could he possibly do? How much less? Next tweet. Oh my goodness. Something needs to be said about the fact that the tabloid routinely print unflattering photos of William and Kate, but tend to print banger shot of Harry and Meghan. Let's look at the images. That's nice. And there's another one here. Oh my God. Let me leave it as that. Like this was on the Telegraph at Goddard Day. Why print this picture showing Kate with all of the double chin laughing like a hyena? None of the captions associated with the Wells at Wimbledon were all that flattering. Not at all. And they ignore the fact that Camilla's birthday is tomorrow. Oh, is it? And the royal family published a photo to appear on tomorrow's front page, but instead Diana's son appeared. OMG, it's tomorrow? It's the subject. Damn straight. After this, that's it. Alright, because he really does look hot AF in these pictures, so true. Alright, I think it's just that Harry and Meghan are way more photogenic, especially Meghan. She's turned 360 degrees around, no bedside. Many of the bed pics that trolls post are screenshot of videos pause at unflattering moment, then Photoshop. They work hard to make her look bad. Agree, they're also incredibly photogenic. Alright, next tweet. I think this has several videos of Harry when he was a kid. Okay, let's pause that. Ooh, pause. Come on. Willy has always been singularly focused on raining Harry's parade. He was not even hiding it. Alright, let's go into that. 18 seconds. Can we listen to it? There's that. I think there's music behind it. Look how he's hitting the father in the head. Crazy. He did it very hard. Well, you don't train them. This is what happened. Charles had many instances, opportunities to stop it, but hey. Alright, so let's listen to this.
Stomped off in a tantrum because he wasn't feeling well. He had flu, and there was Harry doing really well on his skis, and William kept falling over, so he just stomped off.
Harry had a natural affinity with sport.
The sporting star of the family is definitely Harry, and it always has been. And that used to really irritate William, because he would see his younger brother better on the skis than he was. And Harry was fearless. You see, Harry is fearless.
Alright, let's listen to this.
If Harry can do it, then I can do it. I don't really separate us in that much difference, and I think as a future head of the armed forces, it's really important that I was at least get the opportunity to be credible and.
So he feel like since Harry can do it, he can do it too. Alright, so Harry left. Go do your thing and stop complaining. Let's pause this. They were making William feeling good about himself even then. Ingrid says William wasn't feeling well, had the flu. If he had the flu, his parents wouldn't have had him out there on the slope. They're always making excuses for him. Yes, Harry to them his life for egg to shine. He was used as an scapegoat for everyone, including his father's mistress and her kids. He was happy in a bunker far away in war-torn desert. There's a breaking heart here. Then home. Alright, let's listen to this.
Alright, Harry will have all the fun then. No, it's alright.
As far as I'm concerned, in my guys, if Harry can do it, then I can do it. I don't really separate us in that much difference, and I think as a future head of the armed forces, it's really important that I was at least get the opportunity to be credible. And as far as I'm concerned, in my
oops, what is that? Oh, that's the image. Okay, he left this place and he preferred being over there. Okay, those people are not serious in the palace. Alright, let's pause this. It's so telling the excuse that William wasn't feeling well, which is why his younger brother was better on ski. If William had been unwell, neither of them would have gone out. Okay, nothing has changed. They're still making excuses for Ball Will today. Prince Harry's crime is not being born first. Alright, so there's that. Too bad they didn't send his ass to Afghanistan. The Black Prince, first Duke of Cornwall, was sent to fight wars in France at 16 years old. The excuse that the heir shouldn't be put in harm's way is a fallacy. Kings fought wars alongside their heirs all the time. Lizzie gave birth to cowards. I spoke about this. It's just my opinion on that. I think they started after the Queen's father died, and men in grey suit worked their way to turn Queen Elizabeth's kids into cowards. Okay, not just kids, just the heirs. Alright, they went to work on Charles since he was a toddler. Okay, the king died when Charles was a toddler, and then the queen took over, and then what they did, they booked the queen, sent her overseas. From my understanding, she traveled a lot, and they left, the queen and Philip left Charles behind to have the people, the nannies, mold him to what he is now. And then by the time Charles have kids, Charles have no feeling whatsoever for Princess Diana. Alright, these people wants to hold prestige on the facade. They're the best. They don't do certain things. Meanwhile, they are right into the core in the back. Okay? No feeling for Princess Diana. Princess Diana. Anything that came from Princess Diana, they want no part of it unless it benefited them. Okay? And then they got rid of Princess Diana, and then they trained this one and erased whatever Princess Diana was teaching him, because I think Princess Diana understood the position of being king. So training him, both of them, how to respond and be kind to the public. But once they got rid of Princess Diana, they erased those things from him. And they didn't pay too much attention to Harry, and thank God for that. Because there's Harry continues Diana's work. Okay, I never seen a skiing one before. The woman looks familiar. Is she a royal correspondent or whatever they call themselves? Okay, you know her. That's that. Let's go back. Okay, pause this. This was the original one that I bookmarked. Willy has always been singularly focused on raining on Harry's parade. All right, Will had problem as a child being jealous of Harry and having a violent temper, and I think he is the same as an adult. Sadly, he still has those very same issues, yes. All right, let's pause that. There is a sibling rivalry. Then there is William. He has some pathological issues. He genuinely gives Jeffrey vibes with his obsession. He needs intervention. I don't know if there's any help now. Reality is Montecito Royals moves on, are loved up, booked and busy. He's chasing shadows, trying to dominate them. Okay, Willy truly is a category of his own when it comes to his jealousy of Harry. And there's a possibility there are people in the palace who's fueling negativity in his head, saying, oh, this is what Harry's doing, this is this, this is that, and then make him even more paranoid because they want more disturbance within the royal family. So there are probably people who's fueling his nonsense to focus on Harry when in fact he should ignore Harry and focus on his work. Like, when does it end? It's pathological and will never end. Alright, baggage forgot, that's it. Next tweet. This is a video. Jeremy Vine. I have 3 more after this. I don't know what this is about. Danny Dyer, not interested in the knighthood. I've always felt that Mr. Dyer is a good, he keeps moving me right. Don't get it twisted. It's so tempting for people that are not about the establishment to still crave for and accept knighthood, even for ego reason. So it suggests strong principles to even say on record, miss me with that BS. Okay, 21 seconds.
You got a minute and a half now. Albie in the Telegraph. Who said a knighthood isn't for him?
Danny Dyer. Not the daughter, this is the male Danny Dyer, but of course there are 2 Danny Dyers, and they've got a brilliant podcast, by the way. But Danny Dyer, Mr. Danny Dyer says a knighthood isn't for him because it's too establishment.
Okay, point noted. You got a minute and a half now. Albie.
Okay, then this guy had some issues sometime last month. Where is he? Him. So he's back? Whatever. Jeremy, this is the time for you to jump ship and stand on the right side of history. If you missed it, you'll be F. Okay, isn't he a distant relative of the royals as well? LOL. I don't know who the guy they're talking about. He is a descendant of King Edward III. LOL. So he's done with the monarchy. He's doing well for himself. Alright, so that's that. This is an ad. Next tweet. Okay, so let's see here. 1 minute and 23 seconds. We love Meghan Markle, Meg Sussex. There's all those hashtags. Shonda Rhymes, love wins all the time. Alright, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Screenshot.
This is what I'm talking about. In case you haven't seen it, Shonda Rhymes posted a collage of all of the incredible hits, incredible shows she has created over the years.
I came across the video a different time. If I knew this TikTok video was about that, I would have put it in the first video that I recorded earlier today, because I was talking about Shonda Rhimes with the chicken. She said if I was, maybe I'll put it after that for the sake of this video, so you know what she's talking about. I'll put it after this.
Saying that she created all of that. However, what she would rather be doing is playing Meghan's life, doing what Meghan does, playing with chickens, collecting eggs. And of course, the coolest thing about our favorite, the coolest thing about Meghan is that she saw it and she responded. She responded by commenting on Shonda's video saying, Shonda, I see you. You can come play with me anytime. I'm like, how can anybody dislike this woman? Like, really, if you have a problem with Meghan Markle, you really just have a problem with yourself. You are a miserable person. You're just jealous. And you're just not a healthy person. Because Meghan is really, really cool. Like, seriously, I don't know her personally, but she seems like a really nice person. She seems like a really down-to-earth person. And I'm happy she's got incredible people behind her. Incredible people, creative people behind her. So, well done, Meghan.
Alright, let's read some of the comment. Very cute interaction between these accomplished ladies. If Kate had been nice to Meghan and welcomed her into the family with open arms, they would have been good friends and life would have been easier for both in that family. Instead, she was arrogant condescending, hostile, and manipulative. The fact that, okay, this is something I've said many times. When she married into the royal family, Harry have shown him so much respect. Even during their wedding, you see a blood prince is bending down to fix her veil and everything like that. And then she returned that kindness to Harry's wife. So whatever baggage God wants to give her, just she deserves whatever. All right, so I said I'm gonna put the video of Shonda Rhimes. There it is. I'm gonna play it again. There was music in it. Meghan is such a big Scandal fan. I'm sure she's geeked over this. This is the cutest post. I would love to see Shonda Rhimes and Meg Sussex work on a project together. I should be writing. All right. Let's pause this. Okay, she said I should be writing. Let me go over it really quickly because there's some parts she said. But I'd rather be playing Meghan Markle, and I think that was the only thing she said here. All right, so let me play it. Screenshot. It's playing again. Let's go to the next tweet. I put it just for the sake of this video because I mentioned it because of the last video, but I had it on the first video that I recorded this morning. Okay, I think this is the last tweet that I have that's making reference to the Sussexes, and the last one is completely off, nothing to do with the Sussexes. Okay, I wish someone would tell the British media and haters that Harry and Meghan can tell us what to do. Us meaning the Sussex squad. Okay, if Harry and Meghan ask us to be kinder to their haters, I'll tell them to sip some as ever rosé, mind their business, and let us take care of ours. That's an ad. Sigh. What are we being accused of now? Okay, harassing Camilla Tomley. I think on my last recording that has the other video as well, there's some tweet regarding Camilla Tomley. All right. Let's pause that. I saw that she's outlying again. For someone whose whole life is devoted to bullying and harassing Harry and Meghan, it's amazing what a thin skin she has. Alright, my very first video, there was some tweet making reference to Camilla Tomley. Alright, I think the reason why they think Harry and Meghan can control us is because the royal family and British media can control royalists who have more of a cult hive mindset. They still think we are some kind of a paid friend for the Sussexes. They cannot believe, let's pause that. They cannot believe that we are an army of like-minded individuals who take instruction from no one, not even Harry and Meghan. We may not always see eye to eye, but we are united in our love for Harry and Meghan. I'm laughing because many of the squad are afraid of each other, because once you start bashing, they come after you. Many times I have them coming after me. I had to explain my tweet because I've seen a couple of them. I know they mean well, but they probably don't understand what I was trying to say. Let's say, for instance, Pippi Longstocking. At one point, I think I put something out. Who was it? Oh, I think it was a picture back of the head of Lilibet, and I said it remind me something of Pippi Longstocking or whatever, and they came after me. But when I explained about Pippi Longstocking, strength, women, power, strong, and all of that, they understand it now. But if I didn't know them any better, I could have hit back, but I knew they meant well. Alright, they know this. The British media just want Harry to alienate themselves from their supporters. The British media want their fans to hate them and stop supporting them. The squad is sensible, honest, and truthful. They know what they are doing. The confusion is in high decibels. They think Sussex squad is like royal voters and UK press who are told who to bark at and who to turn a blind eye to. Alright, so that's that. I'm done. Oh no, one more. This has to do with Israel. I don't think I'm gonna go in the comment. I think there's a video. Alright, so this is Dr. Shola. Israeli teens burn conscription orders to serve in IDF, refusing to commit genocide of Palestinians. They choose humanity over hatred, conscience over complicity, and courage over silence. In a world where the violence of Zionism is normalized, they are braver and have more intuitive intelligence and conscience than all Zionist Jews worldwide combined. Bravo. Alright, there's the, she tagged somebody, we see you. Okay, Jewish Israeli teens burn draft orders to join IDF. It's only 8 seconds. Let's see here.
These Israeli teenagers are burning the conscription orders to join the IDF, refusing to take part in the genocide. They have more courage and conscience than all the Zionist Jews worldwide combined. Bravo! Bravo! Hurry on! These Israeli teenagers are burning
It takes young people to turn this around, because those old people refuse to let nature take course. If some of you have been listening to my past video, the things what's happening in the US, this is politics now, with the Trump thing, the Epstein, I keep on saying about the Maxwell Black Book. Okay, so this is what's being played here. I saw it way before. I don't even bother mentioning too much anymore. Now I'm mentioning it. And then you have all these old people. When they see young people are moving forward, I spoke about, before I started talking about Harry and Meghan things on my channels, I used to watch a lot of fitness videos. You see young people interacting, traveling to different countries, do meetup, they create their business and all of that. And I mentioned one particular Brit who became, I don't know, maybe now he's a billionaire, okay, with his clothing and things like that. When they see young people taking control of their own lives, they don't need the system to like dangling money in front of them. They change the game. So a lot of people, young people, were setting their own path. You know, not that I'm saying going to school is not a good thing, but many of them were setting their own path without having the college education, doing things on YouTube and inspire others, making money and all of that. Those old people change things back again. So it's up to the young people. Young people needs to carve their future. Do they want to continue their great-grandfather kind of mindset? People, they're not going to receive the same treatment, because if you want other group to live in misery, and those people who have been in misery before, and you have everything already, those people you're going to inflict pain onto, they're not going to give shit because they have nothing to lose. All right, so that's that. Let's do prayer. The last prayer that I did was pray for protection. Let's keep that and pick something underneath it. Let's see. This is more. Father, I ask that you will keep and cover me, protect me and my family from every attack orchestrated by the enemy, destroy and dismantle every weapon that has been formed against us. Thank you for being a wall of fire around about me and glory in my midst. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. And yeah, there's something I need to make public, and that's that. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better